Happy Friday and good morning. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mackenzie Lake here with a look at our full Friday forecast. We made it to the end of the work week, and just in time for our weekend, we're tracking a high pressure system building in. So take a look at satellite and radar here. This is that high pressure system. All of these oranges, that's that warm and dry air associated. That's going to track into the central coast by Saturday and Sunday, causing temperatures to warm into the 60s and keeping skies nice and clear. For our Friday, we have a couple things that we're tracking here, mainly being blustery winds. Future track jet stream here shows high elevation winds dropping down to the surface, and our wind gust modeling shows a blustery afternoon. So west facing beaches and south facing beaches will be impacted the most. Take a look as we step through time here, about 15 to 20 miles an hour along the Santa Barbara coastline here. You can see how winds are going to crank up for the entire coverage zone through the middle of the day. And then as we head into the overnight hours here, well, winds really start to dominate those south facing beaches most, and then as those winds start to die off near the Gaviota coast, we'll still be holding on to some slightly breezy conditions into the overnight. So here's a look at what we're tracking over the next couple of days. As high pressure continues to build in, those temperatures rise and it shields us from any sort of activity, but we're not going to stay dry for too much longer. Those clouds start to increase into our Monday, and that's our next weather pattern shift. So we are tracking two storm systems. The first arrives Monday into Tuesday. We're just expecting some light amounts of rain, so very minimally impactful. A similar setup to what we experienced earlier this work week. I think we'll see about a half an inch to an inch of rainfall, but I want to draw your attention to Wednesday and Thursday. That's storm system number 2 brewing in right behind our first storm, and that's going to bring in some strong winds, the possibility of down trees and power lines, and it looks to be a little bit more of an atmospheric river setup. So let's take a look here at future tracks so we can talk a little bit more about these systems here. There's high pressure moving in, keeping skies nice and clear, causing temperatures to rise this weekend. Again, perfect weekend to be outside on a nice hike, just soaking up the sunshine while it lasts, because take a look here, low pressure begins to develop, clouds begin to move in, and so does the rain heading into our Monday night and Tuesday morning. What's interesting about this storm system, it's dropping further to the south. We are expecting more impacts down in San Diego and LA. We're just on the leading edge of this system, so that's why it's pretty minimally impactful. We'll just be seeing about a quarter of an inch to an inch of rainfall in most areas. But then take a look as we head into the extended here. We have a big system that's brewing in just behind it, and as we head into our Wednesday, well, that looks to be a little bit more of an atmospheric river setup, kind of that plume of moisture moving in, maybe not exactly an atmospheric river, but we are picking up on those areas of deeper shaded greens and yellows, and I do think we'll be seeing over an inch of rainfall for a majority of the area. We'll have to keep an eye. This is on the system because it is a little bit far out in advance, but as far as right now, most models are showing about an inch to 2 inches in a short period of time. But let's take a look at our forecast for today. So sunny 60s for most of the area. You might want to grab that extra layer when heading out the door, but as far as overnight lows, we warm or cool back down into the 30s and 40s. We just have a freeze or a frost advisory in effect for some portions until 9 o'clock in the morning, and then we have those nice bright afternoons on tap. Have a good one.